Today we will discuss some problems from miscellaneous exercise chapter number 5. See this is sine inverse x root x. So you just I am giving you the formula of sine inverse x. Sine inverse x, this is equal to 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So you can see this can be solved using chain rule. So I am differentiating with respect to x. So this is dy by dx, and sine inverse, this is 1 upon root 1 minus this x into x square. This is your x 3 by 2. So I'm solving this here, x root x, this is x 1 into x 1 by 2. So this is going to be x 3 by 2. So you can take x 3 by 2 and this is whole square into derivative of x 3 by 2. So this will become 3 by 2 x 3 by 2 minus 1. So you can simplify this further. 1 minus this is x cube, square will get cancelled by this square, and this becomes 3 by 2, and this is going to be x 1 by 2, which you can write this 1 upon root 1 minus x cube, and this is 3 by 2, and this is your root x. So you may leave your answer here. Now come to this question number 9. You can see we have functions, exponent as functions. So this question has to be solved with the help of log. So I'm taking log on both sides, taking log on both side. So this way, this will be dy by this, you first take log, then we'll take dy by dx. So this will become log y, and this power will come sin x minus cos x, and this will become log sin x minus cos x. And I'm using this rule, I'm mentioning here in the side, that log xn is equal to n log mod x. So mod x, because this in this interval the sin x minus cos x will be positive, so this is no need to mention here that mod x, so it will work. Now we differentiate this with respect to x, so this becomes 1 upon y, this will become dy by dx, and you have to apply then product rule. So take sin x minus cos x as it is, differentiate this log, this becomes sin x minus cos x, and into derivative of this, sin x is cos x and cos x is sin x, plus log sin x minus cos x, you will take this, and this one sin x, the derivative of sin x is cos x, and this cos x will become sin x. So you can see your this sin x, cos x plus sin x is coming common, cos x plus sin x is common, and you can write remaining terms in the bracket. So in the remaining it will be your this thing sin x minus cos x, and this is sin x minus cos x, this is cancelled. So from this side it will be 1, and from here it is log sin x minus cos x. So this is you can simplify this way, and ultimately now dy upon dx, y will get cross multiply with this, so your dy by dx will be y into completely this. So y is your sin x minus cos x into you can see the exponent as sin x minus cos x again, and you can write this cos x plus sin x, and inside the bracket this is 1 plus log sin x minus cos x. So this is how you can write simply, or you can simplify. So this is your answer. Now come to this question number 10. This is x exponent x, x exponent a exponent x, and this is a exponent a. So I am differentiating with respect to x, so this becomes dy by dx, and you can write d by dx, this is x, this is d by dx, this is x a, this is d by dx ax, and at last you can see this is the constant term d by dx a. So this constant term will become 0. So now your answer, this I'm writing as it is because we have to solve it. And this xa, you know, this is, you can use, you can solve with the help of power rule. So this becomes a x a minus 1. This ax, the derivative of ax, we discussed it in the exponential function. So the derivative of ax is ax log a, and this is your a, which is completely a constant. So answer of this will be 0. So now we have to just solve that x. So taking this as, let's say, u equal to x. So take log u, this will be x log x. It's already given that x greater than 0, you can see here. So there is no need to mention any mode or something. So you differentiate with respect to u, with respect to x, du 1 upon u, du upon dx. So x, you take it as, this differentiation is 1, and log x, and then log x, and differentiation of x will be 1. So your du upon dx will be u, which is xx, and 1 plus log x. So that differentiation, you can put here this value of this directly, because this is kind u. So this is your, you can write this dA by dx, this is du, and this is fine, a x a minus 1, this is a x, this is log a. So we can substitute this value of du upon dx, this is x 1 plus log x, this is a x a minus 1 plus ax log a. So you may leave your answer here only. Now question number 13, this can be solved with two methods. First method is you just simply apply the derivative of sine inverse x. Second method is that you substitute some value of x here and get the derivative. But substitution we have not studied that, chapter number 2, so we are not discussing this now. So first we'll do this directly. So directly you can do this, differentiate dy by dx sine inverse x, the derivative of sine inverse x is root 1 minus x square, plus derivative of sine 1 root 1 minus x square will be, first you do 1 upon 1 minus, this is root 1 minus x square whole square, and after this you apply the chain rule in this sine inverse root 1 minus x square. So root 1 minus x square will be 1 upon 2 root 1 minus x square, and derivative of 1 minus x square will be minus 2x. So if you open this directly, you can find it, you can find the answer. This is 1 minus x square plus, and you see this square will get by cancelled by this, so this will become square 1 minus, and this will become minus plus x square, and this becomes, this 2 will get cancelled, so this will become minus x upon root 1 minus x square. Now it has to be simplified further. This is root 1 minus x square, and this is going to be root x square, so this is going to be mod x, but we there is no need to use mod, because this is already given that x is lying between 0 to 1, means it is positive. So you can remove this root, or you can simply write this. Earlier we also discussed this, that root x square is not x, root x square is mod x. But if you know the value of x is positive, then root x square will be simply x. So now you come to this is minus x upon root 1 minus x square. So this way you can see this got cancelled, and answer of this will be your 1 root 1 minus x square minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So your answer is coming as 0. Now come to this question number 14, which is the tricky question, and if you do not apply the trick, then your answer will be difficult to bring. So now you see which trick is there. First we write that given equation is x root 1 plus y, and this I am going to take this another side 1 plus x. Now squaring both side, you do squaring both sides. So this becomes x square 1 plus y, and this will become y square 1 plus x. Now you simplify x square, this is x square y, and this will be y square, then y square x equal to 0. So you can see that x square and y square can be taken together, and this x square y and this y square x can be taken together. So here you can see this is x minus y, a minus b, a plus b whole square you can use. This is x plus y, and this you can take yx common, so it becomes your x minus y, this equal to 0. Further you can see that your x minus y is common, so after taking common you are getting these two factors. Either your first factor can be 0 or your second factor can be 0, but you see that your first factor, if you make first factor 0, then dy by dx will not be equal to this. So we are not using this factor, we are using the second factor, x plus y plus xy, this is equal to 0. Again there is a trick. What is that trick? That you have to find y here, you have to write y in terms of x. If you directly differentiate here, you will be getting it difficult to get the answer. So I am taking y, this is 1 plus x, and this is x, this is equal to 0. So y can be written as minus x upon 1 plus x. So after writing this y in terms of x, you can differentiate with respect to x. So your dy by dx will be, you apply this quotient rule, this is x square minus, you take it out, so this is 1 plus x, and derivative of x will be 1. I'm just doing like this, this is x upon root 1 plus x. So now this minus this x will be your as it is, and 1 plus x derivative will be 1. So if you simplify, you get this x got cancelled, and this is your 1 upon this will be getting cancelled when you open it, and this 1 plus x whole square. So this way you are getting that dy by dx is equal to minus 1 upon 1 plus x square whole square. And this is the question asked in the CBC also. This is CBC's exam, so you can check how this tricky it is. You try your with normal method, or you check whether you are getting your answer or not. This is your question number 15. If x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square equal to c square for some constant c greater than 0, then prove that this is constant. This is a constant independent of a and b. So you have to show that this has to be a constant and it should be independent of a and b. It means in if you simplify this, you should not get a and b in your simplification. So it's simply like dy by dx we have to find, and double derivative we have to find. So we start with finding the first derivative. So dy by dx, I'm differentiating this function with respect to x. So this will become 2x minus a, and differentiation of x will be 1, and differentiation of y minus b will be y minus b, this is 1, and y minus b differentiation will be dy by dx, and b, because b is a constant, so it will be 0. So I am not writing that 0. So dy by dx, now this is your dy by dx, and no, this is not exactly this is constant. So we have started with constant, so c square, this will be 0, and this is 2x minus a dot 1 plus 2 y minus b 1 dy by dx. So from here we can find dy by dx. So you can see that 2 is coming common, so 2 you bring it down to 0, so it will become 0. So dy by dx will be your x minus a upon y minus b. So this is the first derivative. Now you differentiate this again with respect to x. So you are going to get double derivative dy square y upon dx square, and you can apply this quotient rule. So this is y minus b whole square, this is y minus b, and x minus a derivative of x minus a will be 1, because x derivative is 1, a derivative is 0, because a is constant. So minus 0 you write or don't write if you understood. So there is no need to write it again. Now next you do x minus a and derivative of y minus b. So y minus b will be dy by dx. Now we have to substitute the value of dy by dx from step number this is mark this as 1. So from 1 we are putting the value, this will become y minus b this is minus x minus a, and this is derivative of this is minus, so minus minus will become plus x minus a upon y minus b, and here you can see y minus b whole square and this. So you can see now you take LCM, so after taking LCM it will become y minus b whole square, and this will become x minus a into x minus a whole square, and this is y minus b and this is y minus b whole square, so ultimately it becomes y minus b whole cube. But you can see that y minus b square x minus a square is c square, so you can substitute that c square, this will become y minus b whole cube. So this is your double derivative, mark this as equation number 2. So here this dy by dx we have substituted from equation 1, so somewhere you may write that from equation number 1, so this is from 1. Now we take this value 1, so I'm using now the different color so that you will get some difference. So this is 1 plus dy by dx whole square, this is 3 by 2, and this is d square y upon dx square. So we'll put the values here. So this is 1 plus dy by dx is your x minus a, this is x minus a y minus b, and this is the whole square, and this is 3 by 2, and this dy by dA is minus c square upon y minus b whole cube. So we can simplify this further. You can take LCM. If you take LCM, then it becomes y minus b whole square plus, because minus square is there, so it will become x minus a whole square, and this I'm taking this 3 by 2 whole 3 by 2, and here also this is y minus b whole square LCM, so y minus b square and exponent of that will be 3 by 2, and in the denominator you can see this is minus c square upon y minus b whole cube. So we can simplify this further. You can see that this is a y minus b square, this is x minus a square, this is actually your c square, and this is 3 by 2, and this is going to be 2 will get cancelled, this is y minus b, this is cube, and this is going to be minus c square upon y minus b whole cube. So you can see now further we can simplify this. This y minus b will get cancelled by this y minus b, and this is your c cube, and this is going to be minus c square. So your answer is coming now minus c. So you can see that minus c is independent of, it is a constant term and independent of a and b. So you can write therefore d this given expression is independent of a and b, and it is a constant, and it is a constant. So this way you have shown, and this also you can see that it requires your a lot of patience to show that particular answer, and so this way you can find the answer. Now this question is also a little tricky, so I'm writing this little tricky, not very much. So what you have to do, first you write x from here. So your x will be cos y upon cos a plus y. So this is now given to you. We directly start from whatever is given to us, cos y equal to x cos a plus y. We differentiate with respect to x. So you see what comes, this will become minus sine y and dy by dx, and it becomes, this is x and this will become then sine a plus y, and derivative of a plus y will be dy by dx, and a is 0, so because this is a constant, so y derivative is dy by dx, and then you can write this cos a plus y, and x derivative is 1. So we have used chain rule and product rule both. So you can see you can bring dy by dx, all dy by dx this side, so this becomes x sine a plus y dy by dx, and this is minus sine y dy by dx, and this we have brought this term to this side and rest is at their places. So now this is cos a plus y. So we'll take x dy by dx common from here, so your dy by dx will be x sine a plus y and minus sine y, and this is cos a plus y. Now you can see that we have to prove that derivative is a cos square a plus y upon sine a. So nowhere you see that x is required in the answer. So we are going to replace this x, what we have calculated x from this in the beginning. So we can substitute that value of x here. So now it becomes dy by dx. So value of x is, now this is cos y upon cos a plus y, this is sine a plus y minus sine y, this is cos a plus y. Now you see dy by dx will be this cos y, this is, you take LCM sine a plus y and minus this will LCM is 1, so cos a plus y, and this is sine y, and this is, now this is cos a plus y, and this is cos a plus y. So now you can see you are going towards your answer, but finally you have to decide what can be done now further. So this cos will get cross multiplied by this, so dy by dx, and you can see this is cos y sine a plus y, this is the identity of sine a plus y minus y, and this will get multiplied by this, so it becomes cos square a plus y. So this y will get cancelled, so your dy by dx will be cos square a plus y, and this is your sine a. So this way you can find the answer, and this is little tricky, not very much, so you have to start like how I have started in the beginning. Now come to this question number 17. This is very important, and it is done normally by maximum students, because they can find dy by dx very easily, but they have to exactly find d square y upon dx square. So you see what the mistake student does. So I am first finding we are differentiating with respect to t, this is the parametric functions. So this will become dx upon dt, and a cos t differentiation is minus sine t, and here you can apply the product rule t, and differentiation of cos t will be sine t will be cos t, and sine t and differentiation of t will be 1. So you can see this term and this term got cancelled, so this has come t cos t, and similarly we'll here also we'll find dy by dt, so it becomes a sine t differentiation is cos t, and this is minus, so I'm using that minus t I'm taking first, and cos t derivative is sine t, but this minus sine t, so this becomes plus sine t, and minus is outside, so cos t it will be minus cos t, and you can see this term and this term will get cancelled, so your dy by dt will be a t sine t. Now your dy by dx will be dy by dt into dt upon dx. Up to here there is no problem, everyone can find the answer very easily. T, this is sine t, and this is a, and this is t cos t. So you can see that a got cancelled, this tt got cancelled, and sine t upon cos t is tan t. So now what we are going to do, we have to find double derivative of this double derivative. So I am writing differentiate with respect to x. So this is d square y, this is dx square, okay, but you see what mistake we do. 10t, we do the derivative of 10t, which is sec square t. And maximum students leave answer here, but you are doing something wrong, and this is not complete, because t is still has to be differentiated with respect to x. You have to apply chain rule. So 10t sec square t, but one more dt upon dx will come, because t is a variable and it cannot be differentiated. Dt upon dt we are not going to do, so this is dt upon dx. So finally we have to substitute the value of dt upon dx. Dt upon dx, you can see this is 1 upon a t cos t. So ultimately you can write that sec this will become sec cube t, because you can bring that down, and this is 80. So this is the final answer. Now this question number 23 is also very important question. So just I'm giving some hint. I'm solving partially, and I'm going to leave to complete this to you. Now first we differentiate with respect to x. So dy by dx will be your a cos inverse x, and you differentiate a cos inverse this. So a cos inverse derivative is minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So you can see this is your y, so it can be written as minus, this is a and this is y upon root 1 minus x square. Now you have to differentiate this again. So d square y upon dx square you do, and minus a you take common, and here you apply the quotient rule, 1 minus x square whole square 1 minus x square, and derivative of y is dy by dx minus you do a, this is simply y, a you have taken common because this is a constant, and derivative of your this. So this becomes 1 upon 2 root 1 minus x square, and this is minus 2x. Chain rule you applied, so you can simplify this further, this and root 1 minus x square. You substitute the value of dy by dx from your step number 1, which is your minus ay upon root 1 minus x square, and this is this 2 will get cancelled, and minus will become plus y upon x, and this is root 1 minus x square, and denominator is, you can see this is 1 minus x square whole, this is 1 minus x square square root, and this got cancelled. So you can see you can cross multiply, because you want the value of x 1 minus x square d square y. So you cross multiply 1 minus x square d square y upon dx square, and this will be, this will got cancelled. So minus, this is a, and inside this is minus ay, and this is y, and this is x, and this is root 1 minus x square. So up to this point I am leaving this answer to you, and how you find the answer, and let me know if you have found the answer. Thank you.